Good morning, stitchy friends, and welcome. Today is August the 27th. My name is Tricia and I just want to stitch. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I really do appreciate that. I want to welcome the new subscribers who signed up to follow me along, and welcome back to those who have been returning each time I do a video. I won't say week after week because I've dropped off there a little bit. I so appreciate that you come and see what I've been up to. It is so much fun to share what I'm doing, and I hope I'm able to give you some inspiration. And please keep the comments coming. I just love them. It helps to motivate you a little bit, knowing that people are watching and they care about what you're doing. It's just wonderful. So today I have an awful lot to show you. So you need to strap in, get yourself a drink of your choice and some stitching. And at the end, let me know what you're stitching on, because that's always fun to hear. So today it's going to be like a mini WIP parade. I have to be fair. So I have about 11 WIPs that I've worked on in the past 2.5 weeks. I have my WIP Go course, so there's 4 WIPs there. And then I have another 14 WIPs for my plans in September. So yes, there's a lot around here, and I'm going to have to pause the video here and there, but it will be like there's no break for you, but just so I can switch things out, and I'm sure you understand. I have unzipped everything, most everything, so there won't be any of that going on. So let's get going. So in the past 2.5 weeks, I did make a list this time. I don't usually do that. I usually wing it. In the past 2.5 weeks, I've done almost 7,000 stitches. I haven't counted the stitches that I've done this week yet into those numbers, but it's coming up to about 7,000. It's not the greatest. I was looking at this time last year, like July last year, I switched journals. I use these like 18-month journals. Oh, it doesn't even say on here. I use the 18-month journals because I like how I've got the whole week. You can plan out the month. I think at the beginning of August, let me just check if that's the case. No, it's not the case. In my new one, it's the case. Anyway, I use these 18-month journals, and I switched over last July, and I'm about 12,500 stitches down from last year. I'm not going to make that up. I know come probably by the end of September, then things will settle down for me. For those of you who don't know, I just moved. I moved in July and it was a mess, to say the least. Anyway, things are getting back on track. This past week, we had all the main area painted, the walls painted, ready to have the pantry put in and the built-ins either side of the fireplace to be put in. And we just had a couple of days window, and the guy said he could do it. So we were like, well, let's get that done, and then it's done. So by the end of September, everything should pretty much be finished. Will my stitchy space be finished? I'm working on it. So today we have one grandson coming. He's coming for 4 days. And then on Sunday, we have 2 more grandchildren coming for the week. So yeah, the first week of September is not going to be great. This next week and a half is not going to be great, but that's okay. There's no way I wouldn't have my grandchildren here. No way. So without further ado, let's get going. So I'm going to start with the one that I work on the most, and I don't have anything to put behind it because I do have, there's windows in front of me that I have the blinds down. So I've been stitching The Wise and the Brave by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is an AI chart by L&L Designs, I think. Oh, don't hold me to that. So I've done all of my 6 pages, and now I'm working coming down here, and then I think there's another 3.5 pages down here, and then I think there's a few half pages below that. But it's really coming along. I love this. This is by far my favorite one at the moment. And you see my new guy? Yeah, I have some haul this month, and I got some needle minders, and I saw someone else stitching The Wise and Brave, and she had this owl, and she told me where to get it, and it's from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. But yeah, so that's where I'm working right now. So I'm coming down from that top row, so things are getting easier to stitch down here because I was struggling to reach up. I got short arms. So anyway, yeah, so he's looking beautiful. This may be one that I will frame. I'll probably frame it myself though. So that's that one. Really don't know where to put things. So that's The Wise and the Brave. The next one I have is The Better to See You With, and I will get a picture of that one for you. Okay, this was charted by the Cross Stitch Studio, and I'm not sure who the designer is. Oh, there's not too much of a glare today. Still a glare, but not quite as bad. So this is The Better to See You With, and it is 671 stitches wide by 825 high. And yeah, I neglected this one all year. And then it was a WIP Go call, and I'm like, I've got to start stitching on this. So for this one, I'm putting in 100 stitches a day. For my Wise and Brave, I try to put in 200 stitches a day. I sometimes fall down on that. And when I stitch on a full coverage, it is 25 count loop garner, and I stitch 1 over 1. So here is, it's tricky because these are so big, right? So let's hope. Yeah, not much room here. So I've been stitching along. I'm working my way. I think here is the end. That will be the full width of the project. And I have 5 previous pages in here. Let me see if I can do this. I can't see what you can see, but here we go, we're moving it along. So I've got that much, and then I started doing, at the beginning of the year, I started doing the Stitching Mommy method, where you choose a symbol in a 10 by 10 block and stitch along. I try to either stitch the thread out going down, or even I might go further across with it. So that's that one. I love stitching that way. I've stitched the Wise and Brave all year in that way. It's my favourite way to stitch, because if I do cross country, I get very lost, especially with the app that I'm using. So, and I'm trying to change to Pattern Keeper, and that will come out later. Let me get out of that one. So that's that one. I need to go back. The Wise and the Brave. So far, I've put in, let me see. Almost 1,800 stitches in that one in the last 2.5 weeks. And I call this one Red, the Better to See You With. And that one has had, let me see, about 1,000 stitches. Just getting on for 1,000 stitches. So that's not too bad. Not at all, actually. It's better than no stitches at all. Okay, and the final one that I stitch on every day is, I have to get this out. This is quite bulky. I have the Christmas Village kits, the Mill Hill kits, and I want to stitch them on one large fabric. So this is the one large fabric, and I'm doing the tree farm, and I've lost the main picture of that. So this is, I guess, there's like a little cabin or something, and this is the roof of the cabin. And I do a couple of threads a day on this one, but it's coming along. So this is a 28 count full cross 2/2, and in this one I have put in 529 stitches in the last 2.5 weeks. I haven't put any in the last couple of days. Maybe today's the day. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress on that. It could be better. I'm finding it easier this time. When I first started it before, I was just frustrated as all get out, because the threads weren't sorted and I was trying to figure out what's light beige, dark beige and medium beige, or rust or something, and it was very frustrating. I do have a viewer though, and she knows who she is when I say this, has offered to sort all my threads on my Christmas Village kits. I did tell her I have about 25 of those. Anyway, I will be talking to her soon, in a few weeks probably. Go and pay her a visit and say hello. Anyway, so in no particular order, I have another pile here. Oh, let me get this one, this next full coverage one on bars out of the way here. So I put in another 205 stitches into Window with a View. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is Dominic Davison. A number of people are stitching this, I believe. Here it is here. And I got a further 25 stitches into this one. 205 stitches. You can barely see it though. Yeah. And there's such long scroll rods. And I have my Lowry stand right here. I'm just gonna move it and hope the lighting is still reasonable. Because here I am Same method, 10 by 10 block, stitch the thread out if I can, or I park it. But that's all I have, 1/1 full cross. But a stitch is a stitch, right? It's one less stitch to be done. Okay. All right. Yay. Let's see what I have next. So this next one is, this was a WIP Go call for this month, and I thought I'd folded it so you could see it already, but no. This is, I should bring it up actually. This is the Cozy Winter Book Nook, charted by Pain Free Crafts, and it's I think the artist is, yeah, Rose Khan. I had to really look for that. Yeah, this is another big project, 800 by 400. That's okay, I don't mind. And I am stitching, where am I stitching? Right up here, in this corner here. And I'm trying to, I've uploaded it into Pattern Keeper, but it won't take the DMC colours. It's taken some of them, not colours, numbers. So now I'm having to input the numbers. Is there going to be a problem with that? Does anybody know if that's going to be okay? Because I would like to continue in Pattern Keeper. All right. This is a big piece of fabric. I am sorry. I thought I had this ready. It took me ages to get everything ready this morning. Couple of hours actually, finding things, because nothing is in any particular order. Anyway, in this one I have, I put in 508 stitches in her, and this 1/1 full cross, and that's how much I've got. I can easily mark off those stitches in Pattern Keeper. I can see a pigeon on my chairs out there. Oh well. Okay, I'm just gonna have to put this down on the floor. And I'm gonna bring the light around just so it gives us more light. So yeah, the Cozy Winter Book Nook got 508 stitches. What I am going to do is to put all my full coverage on a wheel so they get stitched on fairly regularly, because some of them poor projects have been left by the wayside. This next one is, I think it was also the WIP Go call, and it is Nutcracker by Artisy, and the artwork is Lynn Bywaters. This is a mini, and I managed to upload this into Pattern Keeper and get going on it. Don't think, yeah, here it is. And Nutcracker got 754 stitches, and there it is. I aim for a minimum of 500 stitches on my WIP Goes or any project that I'm working on during the week. But that will change in September, just for the month of September. So yeah, that's Nutcracker. And all right, this next one is a sampler because on my WIP Go board, which is, I'll show you my WIP Go board when we come to September's WIP Go. So on my WIP Go board, I have like 2 boards in one, and one part of the board are all full coverages and the other part of the board are like samplers. So this next one is called Consider the Lilies by Heartstrings Samplery. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. It is being stitched on a 36 count praline by the Forbidden Fibre Co. I'm just dropping these on the floor. I'm using the called for colours, so they're all a mixture of Classic Colourworks, the Gentle Art, and the other one, Weeks. So yeah, those are the colours. Aren't they gorgeous? And I'm working on the border, well, on part of the border, and this is where I'm up to. I've been working, I got into this one 501 stitches, and I was bringing this border along here. So I'm doing this 1/1, 1/2, full cross obviously. But it's a lovely fabric. It's a bit washed out here. It's more of a beige and it's got some mottling to it. But yeah, that's where we're at with that one. Okay. And the other WIP Go for August is Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais. Now this one is a conversion by Evertote and Roxy Floss Co. This is being stitched on a 36 count porcelain. These are the flosses, the Roxy Floss Co flosses. Beautiful flosses. I have a few of theirs. And again, this is a 36 count. Don't know what possessed me to do a 36 count. I don't like 36 count. But here I am. So this time I got Rejoice Evermore. I got 594 stitches into her. And let's see, I can fold it and hold it basically. So I finished off the basket and then I did this motif with the bird and then this one. Actually, this one and the one I started here, I did this one in the wrong place. I switched the places on these two. Hopefully it won't really matter when it comes to it. I guess I'll find out. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's coming along. It's really beautiful. I did the whole border and it met up, so yay me. Quite proud of myself for that one. But yeah. So I don't want to lose that. The next one is a long dog sampler. This I was starting to work on yesterday and I put in, I think, I only put 169 stitches into this. This is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And that's upside down, so let's try this way up. And basically I'm working, you see this diagonal coming down here? I'm working here, in here. Yeah. This is 365 stitches by 429. I started this in May of 2023. And something behind it. Yeah. So I brought this line down and then I stitched across here, and then I'm gonna fill this in. I am using a silky thread, a 12 weight silky thread on this, and I don't have it with me. I'm sorry. It's kind of over there somewhere. Okay, this next one is Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm stitching it on the called for fabric, which is a 32 count Belfast linen. It's called Apple Harvest, and it's by Mountain Air hand dyed fabrics. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. I'm stitching it 2/2, and when I first got this fabric, it was really dark, and someone suggested to me, put it in the washing machine. So I did, and it really did lighten it up, which I was thankful for. It was a bit too dark, but I managed to get all the way across. So this is the entire width. So I did all of the blue all the way across, and this is the entire width of the project. So Autumn Town got, where's my list? 613 stitches. I was determined to get that blue done and get it all the way across. So, yeah. Down there. Okay, and this is the last WIP that I worked on in the last 2.5 weeks. And this is the stitch along, the 2023 stitch along, which I still haven't finished. And it's called Reaching Skywards by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm just coming down here now. I'm here. Not too much further to go, but a lot of stitching in this area. I really wanted to get this finished this year. This is being stitched on a 28 count Lugana. I'll show you where I stitched first, and then I'll show you the whole piece. I coffee and tea dyed this myself. So it's hard to kind of do this, so much fabric that doesn't behave when you're trying to show things. So I was stitching all along here, bringing this all along. I really wanted to get this finished this year. So maybe this will be another one that I'll be bringing out each month and putting a lot of stitches in. It is a big project. I don't know what Jacob was thinking. He keeps making them so large, but okay. So this is how much I have done. And I'm just going to slowly bring it up. I'm sure you can see what I'm showing you here. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. You have, I love the way Jacob did this one because you had the opportunity to change things around a bit, which I did. Mine isn't, I didn't do this tree here. I did, no, I don't know which tree I'm doing. It's not this one and it's not this one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I did this tree. There's a booklet with all 4 trees in, and I did this tree. I'm really enjoying it. I enjoy all of my projects. It's just I wish I would go faster sometimes because there's so much I want to stitch and there's not enough time in the day. We need longer days, people. And I get up really early and I go to bed probably around 10. But, you're often busy during the day. And when it comes to the evening, I don't really stitch. And I keep saying I must change that. I need a Lowry stand in my living room. If someone can hear me, I need a Lowry stand in my living room. Then I'd be able to stitch in there and watch TV with my husband. Yeah. Okay, so those are all my WIPs that I worked on for the last 2.5 weeks, which isn't bad. I thought I did really well, considering how it's been in the last little while. So I am going to pause you and I'm going to get the next batch ready, okay? And then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is my WIP Go board. This is how I do my WIP Go board. It's getting a bit battered. So for this month, it's 24 and 25. You can't really read that. And those WIP Goes are the Storyteller, which I will show you. That's the full coverage. And then there's a sampler, 4 Seasons. And then the other full coverage is Home for the Winter. And the other kind of sampler type is Christmas Quaker. And I have these here to show you. So my goal will be to try and put 500 stitches in each of those. And it's a really bad copy. Pretty much everybody says that. And I am stitching around here where the photocopy goes wonky. I think it's Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I'm kind of round there. And I don't know what this fabric is. It's not my favourite fabric. The weave is quite loose. So this is the right way up. Let me fold it a little bit and then I'll show you where I'll be stitching. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. So this is how much I've got done. I've done quite a bit. And then as you can see, okay, you fold it. So I've started another row of pages. So this is part of Hark the Herald Angels Sing. and then I'll be stitching down this way. Yeah, there's like a Quaker motif there, just here. So I'll be stitching that bit. So that's that one. I have to put this on the floor again. And I have cats, so I have to make sure the fabric isn't actually touching the floor. This next one is the Four Seasons by Lanart, and the designer is Marjolaine Bastin, I believe. And this is it here. I got this for my birthday a couple of years ago. So now I'm stitching on the called for fabric and using the called for threads. However, I'm stitching it 1/1, not 2/1. This is kind of a 28 count Lugana, and that's where I'm at. I just love how delicate that looks. It's a beautiful piece, really is. I'm looking forward to stitching on this. And I got my fairy is here. My fairy needle minder from the 2024 sale, which I finished. I finished that. So, yeah. So that's that one. And then I have 2 full coverages for September, and they are, oh, it's not here. One is called Home for the Winter, and the other one is The Storyteller. And I have to find them. Please bear with. And it's so far down because I haven't worked on it. This is The Storyteller by Wendy Andrews, and it's a stitch is so beautiful. It was charted by them. I just love the animals and of course the robins in this. And I am just up in this corner up here. Is it that corner? It's the opposite corner to the hair, so it's there. And I really need to get stitches into this. I didn't actually organize my threads like I usually do. I just wanted to get in stitching it. Do you ever do that? Like you don't fully prepare the project? Yeah. So this one also is slated for 500 stitches. I have a couple of hanging threads. So now with this one, I'm starting to go across this way. I'm not going down, I'm going this way in the Stitching Mummy's typewriter method. This has hardly got anything in it. So that has to be rectified. It really does. Okay, so that's that one. And then, oops, sorry, not the camera. And then the next one is Home for the Winter. No idea where that is, so let's go. I probably didn't stitch on this since last Christmas. Fortunately, apparently, it's a mini. It's by Lucy Pittaway. It's now discontinued. It's a Heaven and Earth design chart. And I'm up in the clouds in the top left, up here. I think it goes this way. So now I'm going to start to come all the way across. I think it goes that way. Yeah. "25 count Lugana, 1/1 full cross." I don't know. I think I tried a different technique about starting my thread with a knot on the front. Must have picked that up off YouTube or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my WIP goals for September. Now, fully into the plans, because that's part of the plans. What I want to do is sampler September, because I have a whole pile of them. And I haven't stitched on most of them this year yet. So I've put them on a wheel. And what I'm going to do is spin for 5 of them a week, and I'll put in 300 stitches in each of them as they come up. Because I can roughly do about 700 stitches a day on a good day. Well, more on a really good day. But on average, I stitch about 700 stitches a day when I am able to stitch fully. So I'm going to go through my my samplers, and this is why it's like a mini WIP parade. All right, so the first one I'm going to show you is Charlotte Warrington 1838. It's stitched with DMC, and I don't know what my fabric is. Oh, it could be a 36. I think it's a fox and rabbit. I'm pretty sure it's a fox and rabbit. This is what it'll look like when it's done. It's quite a big sampler. Since when have you known me to stitch small ones? No. That's how I've been all my life. If I'm going to do something, it's either go big or go home. But this is huge. I am stitching this 1/2, I'm pretty sure. This could be a 36 count again, or it could be a 40. I like 40 count. 36 count, I never know whether to do 1 thread or 2. 2 is too bulky and 1 isn't enough. I think this is a 40 count, and I think it's a fox and rabbit. Oh, I have a sticker. Yeah. 36 count. It's Hog Bristle by Fox and Rabbit. And this will be my starting point. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. I might continue, if I can get the fabric to behave. It looks like I'm continuing with the border, but it would be nice to actually fill in across here with these motifs and then do a bit of border. But as I'm only doing 300 stitches, I'm not sure how far I'm going to get with that. But isn't it lovely? It's beautiful. The fabric is kind of washing out. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to put it all back in its bag because, yes, I have everything everywhere, and I might organise my cubbies to get them in alphabetical order because that's how I operate. Okay, this next one, oh, this is really sad. So this is Evening in the Park, Chatelaine. And this, it's not a very great photo. And the designer is Martina Weber. And I haven't stitched on this probably for 2 years. Using all of the cold fill threads. And it's easy to show because that's all I have. So that's my starting point. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this. I guess we'll both find out when it's caught. That's all I can say. Okay. I have about 13 of these, I think, on the wheel, because I have one new start. Why not? Okay, this one is Anne Oliver. It's a Hands Across the Sea sampler. Anne Oliver, 1845. Oliver was my maiden name, and my middle name is Anne, just the same. And this has not been out this year. This is being stitched on, I don't know. I'm using the called for silks. And all I'm going to say is, I bet it's the 36 count. I think it's a Be-Stitch Me fabric, something like caramel or something. So it could be a 32 count. Because when I was in their fabric club, I'm pretty sure it was 32 count. So this is my starting point. The border did meet up, so that's all good. And I did change some of these around. Or I changed out one of the threads because I didn't like the next colour next to it, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. So that's Anne Oliver, and that will be my starting point. So I may continue with the border going down on this side, filling these in as I go, or I may do some going across. Again, we'll wait and see what happens. But she hasn't been stitched on this year, so this is a very good opportunity to do that. So things are really gonna have some attention. Things really need attention. It's been a year. Okay, this next one, gosh, I haven't stitched on this since Jacob Palooza, I think. I think this was the, I think this was the chart for the retreat. You could either have red Roxy Flosco or blue. I chose blue. This is it here. This is a design by Modern Folk Embroidery and it's called In Friendship. And I can see the date on the back. So this was in October of 2023. I think that retreat was on. And I don't know what my fabric is. I know it's a Roxy Flosco fabric. No idea. But this is where I'm at. So I'm doing the blue version. So I'll probably finish off this motif here, which is so I'll continue with this motif here, which is this one, which is this one here. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure this is a 32 count, maybe panettone or panettone, I don't know how you say that. I'm thinking that's what it is. I know Sheila from the Sunshine Stitches, she has this one, and so does Deb. Probably Deb's finished hers a long time ago. Maybe they know what the fabric was. I'm pretty sure it's the 32 count though. Okay, next one is Let Love Rain by Tricia Kogut. This is it. I think there's a better picture of it inside. This is it here, I believe. Yes. Yep. I am so terrible with the fabrics. Maybe there's something in here. Okay. It's a 36 count. Don't ask me why. It's a 36 count Winter Moon. And I think, and I am stitching this one 2/2. And this is the starting point. I believe this is the big flower. Maybe it's that way up. No. This is the right way up. It's beautiful. I love it. So I'm doing this flower here. So I may just continue across. But wow, it's a beautiful design, and I love the colors on this fabric. I'm going to show you again because I love them so much. I know I did change up the some of the threads, some of the colors, because the blue wasn't really blue when you look at the DMC chart of threads, and I wanted blue. So I don't know why that was, but yeah. And here are my colours. So when I've shown you all of these, we're going to spin the wheel. How about that? Isn't that exciting? Spin the wheel for 5 projects to work on for next week. Bearing in mind, I have grandkids. So, yeah. Okay, the next 2 are modern folk embroidery. I really do like modern folk embroidery. This is called Love Games, and it is stitched on a 32 count dirty porcelain by Roxy Floss Co. And I'm using their threads, licorice sticks. This is them, and here it is. Started in 2023, and I've hardly done anything on it. So it will definitely be nice to get some stitches in this one. Look at that. Isn't that so sad? So sad, so bad. So yeah. 2023. It's nearly 3 years ago now. Time flies. And I have so many things that I want to stitch. I have so many things that I have pretty much kitted up, and they are waiting in the wings. They'll have a long wait at this rate. Okay, and this is the final. It isn't the final one on my wheel because Pandemic is on my wheel, which you've already seen. Consider the Lilies is on the wheel, which you've already seen. Rejoice Evermore, which you've already seen. And I think that's it. This one is called Under the Stars. I started this at Jacob Palooza in 2023 because Karen the Stitching Owl was stitching this, and it's stunning. So this is being stitched with a Silks for You thread. Don't ask me what number it is, but it's a very silvery grey. And the fabric, which I also don't know what it is. Oh my goodness, shoot me now. It's a 36 count grunge by by Roxy Floss Co. And I'm sure there's a start on here somewhere. Is there? Ooh, did I not start this? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, this is going to blow you away when you see how much I've got done on this. Can you see it? Can you even see it? Because I had trouble finding it, never mind seeing it. Okay, I have to keep folding it up. This is truly embarrassing. This seriously needs a lot more than 300 stitches in it. There it is. There's my start. What is it, like 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 21 stitches, not even, because most of those are half crosses. I did not know this. That is embarrassing. I think I'm going to leave this one out and put some more stitches in because we still have time till the end of August. And I need to put stitches in that. All right. Yes. I'll put that over there. That is a lot, you know. I've been going for an hour now. So, we are going to spin the wheel. If I can... Oh, I haven't finished. Because, yeah, I'm going to do a new start. And this is going to be on the wheel. It is by Heartstring Samplery. It's All Things Wise and Wonderful. Stitching it, I will be stitching it on a 32 count sandcastle by Fox and Rabbit. The colour is so washed out. It's a very light beige. And I just dropped one of the flosses, but I dropped two of the flosses. So I have all of the Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works. Yes. Am I crazy or what? Yes. Ooh, there's 3 flosses down there. Okay, I'll get it in a minute. All right, I was trying to find my pen so we could spin the wheel and I'll write them down. So I do the Tiny Decisions wheel. And I have one other new start to tell you about in a minute. So here we are. What is that? Rejoice evermore. Just put rejoice. I'll never remember them if I don't write them down. Okay. Spin again. And my wheel blacks them out. Pandemic. And this will be starting on September the 1st. Oh, a new start. Yay! Two more. Oh, it's 4 seasons. And then one more. Oh. Consider the lilies. Isn't that funny? Those are all ones I've either worked on and working on, or is in my WIP Go for September. Anyway, it doesn't matter because they should each be called. I think that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And I will have a new start in a new full coverage start in September on the 17th. And if anybody has this chart and wants to join Janet and I, because it's Janet's birthday start, this is gorgeous. It's Heaven and Earth Designs. It was their special release and limited edition, she calls it. It doesn't say who the designer is. maybe it's Michelle's. It says chart designed by Michelle. So maybe it's Michelle's design. But that is stunning. Journey of Dreams. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to starting that as well. So I told you that this was going to be a bit of a marathon. For me, it's a marathon. And I haven't finished yet. So I do have an announcement. I signed up for Stitch North. It's the second week of Stitch North. There are still spots available, surprisingly, because I didn't think for 1 second that I would get in. And I did. So I'm going to Stitch North. It's not too far from me, so be about maybe an hour, if that. But I'll stay in a hotel so I can stay close by. Too late to get into the event hotel, but that's okay. So I did that, so I'm all signed up for that. And if anybody's on the fence about wanting to go, you should sign up, because I'm sure the spots are going to go faster. I know a friend of mine, Janet, she got in because I said to her, you better sign up quickly because they're going to go. I was shocked that there was still availability. I bought myself a new tablet. This is a Samsung. And I can use it has a pen with it. Because I have started to use Pattern Keeper. As long as I'm doing the Stitching Mummies method, I'll be fine, I think. I did start Window with a View in Pattern Keeper and I just was all over the place. I might go back to that on there, I don't know. But anyway, so that's part of my haul. I also bought myself some stickers. So yeah, I figured I'd stick around. Oh, so yeah, I also bought a 26-27 journal planner thing. It's great planner. I really enjoy it, and I'm going to start it in September. I want to put the rest of the year behind me, so I'm going to start this in September 1st. That's coming out. So, and I bought myself, when I saw the owl needle minder, there was a deal for if you buy 3, it's cheaper-ish. So I got this one, The Life of a Cross Stitcher. I don't know if you can see that. I get me out of it. And I got this zodiac sign one. It's a bit of a glare. But yeah. So all of that is great fun. I'm all finished. You're all free to go. If you're still here, you're all amazing. If you're still with me at the end of this, because it's been a long one, but I'm happy to show you more. I haven't had much to show in the last few months, and it's nice to get things out and show you and be surprised on how little progress you've made on some things. In November, that's when I do my full WIP Parade, so stay tuned for that. It's coming up really quickly. It's my birthday in November, so I figured I'm going to do my WIP parades every November. My birthday's at the end of November, near Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving. So yeah, you've seen I don't know, almost half of it already. But anyway, I am gonna love you and leave you. I hope you have a really good rest of your stitchy week. I will be back. When will it be? Monday the 7th of September. We will get back on track. Unless something happens. But I will be back on the 7th of September. So it's just over a week and almost a half. So have a great stitchy time, and I'll talk to you soon. Have fun. Bye.